damage, then we won't know.
If they can keep the powder from blowing away, then the cops can build the case against the men. Meanwhile, PC Tom is taking a closer look at the car.
We know the drugs have been thrown out of the vehicle, but there's potentially more drugs hidden in the car. We need evidence linking to dealing drugs as well.
So far, this search isn't proving fruitful.
They managed to dispose of absolutely everything. When we get to the roadside, there's absolutely nothing in the car. It's actually cleaner than my car.
And that makes the recovery of the discarded package even more
Right.
important.
Have you got any clean brushes that you can just got in your cupboard that we could use? No new ones? Alright. I don't suppose inside there you've got access to any little brushes or anything like that. Even if it's in a shop and you have to pay for it. Right. We may have to purchase some utensils to recover the drugs. However, if that's the way we have to do, that's the way we have to do.
But just recovering the powder isn't enough. They also need to prove that the package was thrown out of the car.
We want to secure, preserve and have everything on camera so that the case is watertight.
Without an eyewitness or footage from the helicopter, it could be a challenge to make the charges against the men stick. Over on the M5 with Frankly Services, BC Martin is still trying to preserve a quantity of white powder thought to be drugs thrown by two men from their car just before they're arrested. And he's finally managed to flag a useful tool to gather the powder, a small nail brush.
Have you seen on the other side of there, mate? Just come round a bit further. It's all in there, we're using the side. So...
That's what they've been telling to do, ain't they?
Yeah.
Not being
Just
smashed.
put the bag and it'll go so far.
It's all down there.
There's so much white powder around.
Early in the morning. You ready, Super?
You've fallen behind! Damn it, we lost the lead! Overdrive! We've taken control!
Oh, you grenade little...
You must remember. Watch it! Nice! Fire ahead! Incoming lead! We got the lead! Now hold it! Stay alert! Incoming lead! Come on, you're losing this fight!
So that's the bag of drugs. So basically, we just need it recovered.
Incoming lead!
We didn't know
Watch it!
Collecting the powder from the stony ground is also a first for the expert.
this sort of thing, well, it's never happened.
And BC Martin's
Using equipment!
God damn it! Cats! Cats!
Incoming lead!
Oh, the pistol.
We've got camera footage of it.
Hostile sentry.
Incoming lead!
is to wash away the last traces of the powder.
People lined up on the streets trying to collect the white powder.
Can you make sure that ass?
Yeah, I think John did a good job.
Mastercraft.
Excellent work, Totos. Enemy shooter!
Oh. I can hear you.
Channel, I could hear one of my colleagues mentioning the lights, and at the same time I could hear the
Using equipment.
I don't know him either, but he did just jump back like he was so good. Oh damn it. Does he not know how to sit down? Come on, dude. Hold your screen down. Bam. Bam. Oh, you input. He threw an impact at my face.
It ain't working. We've lost the advantage. Obstacle incoming.
what if that were my family?
Come on, man. Fucking idiot, man.
Backup's not coming. You want to get out of this alive? You better step up.
Move, man.
GG. No name. No name. Hold down your screen. It should pull up the emote menu. Click the couch with a hand. There you go. There you go. JJ. JJ. By the way, no name, the video right now is me playing.
We're now back onto Wetler Lane. We've got one front seat passenger.
Hey sis, shut on.
And the driver.
It's going to get decamped as a limit, I reckon. I don't think we're going to keep going for long. But then the van driver makes his first big mistake.
So left onto Glenholm Road, and then left again. Oh, it's collided with a small wall, but it's continuing. It's lost its little near side wheel.
That's the riskiest point of losing something. As soon as you leave the vehicle and start running.
No. They're new to the
Going round corners because he's only got stability at the back end.
As the damaged van speeds down a residential street, an unmarked car joins the chase.
I have collab set on where anyone can join.
Going round in circles, and Andy gambles on taking a back road to try and cut it off. They're head to head with the van, but the driver spots a way out.
There's a gap in the parked cars that present itself to this drive.
Yeah.
Getting the 2.5-ton
Okay, I just made a brand new AR.
leaves Andy and Lindsay playing catch up.
We're in your location an update. We're now Walker Drive.
How old are you by chance?
Face-off fuel confirmed. Weapons free, people.
I do age. Oh yeah, this AR good.
I believe in you.
God damn it. No name, how old are you? Oh my god, you can't promote. Get out of my way.
Incoming lethal.
It's here. Triple kill. Oh god damn it. Oh, you came behind me, little rat.
Stay in the shadows. Incoming lethal. Using lethal. Detonating C4. Incoming lethal.
Burning! Burning!
Using lethal. Detonating C4.
Burn! Burn! Come on, get up pretty soon. It's almost time to take me to work. Huh? What are you doing, mister? You calling my furniture? I ought to spank your little butt. Then I'm gonna have to spank your mom for your butt. Got to spank your butt too. Your kid was bad.
No, talking about my cat.
I spanked your kid's butt, and I had to spank yours because he was bad.
An excellent teacher.
I have my earbuds
Incoming
in.
lethal.
God damn.
Ideally, they like to use two vehicles.
Frag. Incoming lethal.
TV.
The driver of the car to work out what's going on and
Enemy grenade.
Man got a grenade to the face.
Fight back, damn it.
Kill me with my own frag grenade! GG! By the way, how's that frag grenade to the face? I didn't realize he was back there, and that was me.
And they have their own concerns about what could lie around the next bend.
All we have to do is turn a corner going up the two and run over a person, a child, and kill them. And then the whole game changes.
Nick and Rob don't want to lose the Corsa, but they also need to keep their distance.
You're very conscious not to push them too hard or push them into making manoeuvres that they shouldn't be making, because you're very aware that they're not looking at what's in front of them. Most likely paying a lot of attention to what's behind them to see how close the blue lights are.
Oh my god, I'm about to go do an Easter egg with this gun and get all the attachments again.
Close the fucking curtain, I can't see shit.
Right now working on a brand new pistol. Hey, why are you... I got a little sis. Why are you there?
Face off team deathmatch. Work quick and clean. No witnesses.
C4!
The lead is ours. Oh shit.
Just a spoonful. You're gonna get a spoonful. Oh, flip! I need a snipe. Oh! Nut shot. Headshot. Goddamn.
Will you act and seize this last opportunity?
Here, have some C4. I'm gonna bring the sniper back out.
Using lethal, detonating sniper. I'm stuck. Tactical
And just ruin my good day.
Hostiles reclaimed the lead.
using lethal. Detonating C4.
Oh, see ya. Alright.
We're winning. Keep it up. It's given us the lead.
Oh, flip!
He's successful.
Oh, you spam the little rats. No, I'm putting up the Mastercraft. I'm gonna make them all perk cans. Oh, you camping middle. You ready?
Yeah, get this right.
Oh, you can't. The camp in the halls. Take the halls.
They've taken the lead.
Got one.
It's always nice to find something you think, I know this.
The lead is ours.
Will be followed up tomorrow.
Falling behind Crimson.
Enemies have disarmed your spring mine.
Not much time. Put this to bed. We've taken the lead. Stay on task. They've taken the lead.
How? Listen here.
Underwhelming effort today, Crimson.
Everyone is equal in these games.
Yeah, darn shotgun users.
Hey, somebody on your team started it first. I was playing with assault rifle the whole game. I got hit with 3-4 shotguns. Not shotguns. Small map. Let's have fun.
I really don't care for shotguns.
Same, but if somebody else gonna use them, goddammit, even the playing field.
What's the next camo done?
No helicopter available at the time. We'll fail to stop at the most certain of it, we can get some of the goals. And you know that really you're out there on the loop. There on the loop. Luckily for the cops.
What's up? What's up?
I thought to myself,
I'm dead.
And if they haven't,
Good
Just make
lord,
sure
that's
that
me.
fucking silent cabinet again.
I don't know why I'm streaming so early in the morning. Let's try to get an event done. God. I can't get rid of them.
As they try to catch up, they've got a new problem.
I'm working on a PG for my videos of the Demon. Wait, what?
We're losing Alpha. Hostile sighted. Bravo lost. Losing A. We're losing all zones.
Go ahead.
Securing Charlie. We're losing out. We control Zone C. Losing A. All locations secured. Hold your position. We're losing Alpha. They're taking C. Losing A. It's all day. Securing Zone A. We've taken control. Cunning and aggressive. Losing B. We're losing Charlie. Losing Bravo.
Okay.
I see you. Face him. Lost lead. Incoming lead. Charlie secure. Lost Alpha. Wanted. They're taking C. Take A. Securing B. We're losing Charlie. Capturing this objective. Bravo is ours. Securing out. Enemy shooter. I'm stuck. Hostile subject. Lost B. Take it out. True ninja can accomplish anything. Take it Bravo underway. Location secure. Maintain curve posture. They're taking C. Lead down. We got the lead. Now hold. Losing Bravo. Hostile sighted.
Sergeant Gary, Acting Sergeant Gary.
All objectives locked down. Hold those SOBs back.
Incoming lead.
They're taking C. We're losing Charlie. We're losing Alpha. We lost C. Locking down Charlie. Losing B. Losing A. Securing Charlie.
Using equipment.
Securing C. We're losing Alpha.
I see you.
Taking C. Losing A. Securing Charlie. Losing Bravo. Securing C.
Capturing this objective. Hostile contacts.
We're losing Alpha.
We are the protectors of the city.
Locking down Charlie. We have the edge, but don't get cocky. This shit ain't over.
Anger clouds the mind.
Losing B.
Victory!
Remember your training. Chucking it safe. Throwing stun.
Oh, fucking god.
There's a ground commander and an incident commander has overall view and control of the two. They're in the control room and they use my commentary, so what I'm saying, back to them, to make a decision on whether they're going to allow it to continue or not. We are left on the Bailey Road, speed is 7-0, it is to continue at this time. Yes, we are still Batley Road, generally back towards Dewsbury.
While they wait for the decision to continue or stand down, they're doing all they can to keep up.
Yes, that's knowledge. We are wrong side of the road, on Batley Road. He knows he's struggling to get away. And you can see that his wrist started to go up. Back to the correct, speed is 7-0, and increasing. Is now available and not to the area, please?
9-9 is the call sign of the air support unit, but police helicopters are a scarce resource. But it's the only way they've got of guaranteeing they don't lose the GTI.
He certainly knows that there will be a point where it will be called off. And he knows if that can happen before the helicopter gets there, he's going to get away.
The cops are trained to drive safely at speed. The GTI driver is not. He's pushing himself and the car to the limit and chancing a deadly head-on collision.
You've got to look at yourself. If I continue to chase him, am I putting other people in danger? Is my presence forcing him to do that?
As they race through a small town, 50 miles an hour above the 30 limit, the stakes are rising.
You can see 30 mile an hour speed limit approaching. My worst fear is that somebody crossing the road. There's going to be pedestrian crossings. There's going to be
Hello.
traffic.
Concern is mounting. Unsuspecting pedestrians and drivers could easily be caught up in the pursuit.
What's up?
The cops need to stop the GTI before it becomes too dangerous.
You looking to do the Easter egg?
You.
I'll do it. I can handle the steps.
Sergeant Gary Panther and PC's Mick Roth have a more immediate problem. They've been tailing a GTI at high speed for 5 minutes, and the driver...
And do some side Easter eggs for fun. I know some side Easter eggs that'll be fun to do.
Now we're trained, and they know the more they push it, the sillier the risk to take. We won't follow.
You get an exfil perfectly to hit 12.
Injured, but
Burn, it's 12 after
everyone else
8.
He's got
You're
eyes.
gonna make me late.
Look, you need to get this situation under control ASAP. Be ready for anything.
Point per clock. On the house. This is on the house. Hey, there we go, dead shot. That's what I need. Headshots. I'm working on camo, so no, I got Vulture Aid. Oh.
Be advised, we lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak.
I need my Killjoy for later.
We need brain power as much as firepower.
This is okay to kill, so then you know when you need a hand.
What?
Just saying, I'm here for the kill, so let me know when you need a hand.
Okay. I'm working on right now getting an SMG attachments. Just letting you know I am streaming. I'm streaming on YouTube right now.
Sorry you came here yet. Well, if anyone had to show up,
Here you go.
it was you.
Where are you at? Which one are you? I don't even know. I don't know what the perks of having Vulture Aid would be. I love the attachments, augments and stuff. SMG absolutely sucks. My stream on that. Oh yeah, stink clouds. Okay. I'm gonna be shooting, I'm gonna do a side Easter egg, that would be fun, and we get some rewards for it. If you're fine with that.
Oh.
Toss one of those up there.
Throwing tactical.
I smacked it with a stun. Jeez. They're not gonna do that.
What, just shoot it? I didn't know either.
No, oh no, I was getting a double a bonus points. I smacked it with a stun. The rampage inducer. Okay. Look at that. Got 2 Moshi around the map. I'm gonna do a free side Easter egg. You might like it. Wait, which one are you?
Passenger of a car they've been pursuing. But the driver has vanished. So we just left the helicopter to say, look, go back. Where did you last see it?
Puts a bunny in it. Okay. I'm gonna go and get this next shootable, and then I got one more to shoot. I got terrible aim with this SMG. Oh my god, this SMG sucks. Oh, because of vermin rounds. I can't shoot them on vermins. I hate these guys.
See the face on that thing?
I want the dog's back. Round 6. Oh, it's behind me. So basically, now we got the whole, most of the map open. That's the last vermin.
Yeah, you getting your shoes?
Yeah, I got him now. Okay. Got one more piece to shoot. Hey, someone camp at the graveyard for me. We're Dennis Griffin.
Someone squash whatever the hell just popped out of that corpse.
Oh, yep, Niley. Hey, who wants to go bowling? Chunkers, down off the table, you know better. Down. Cause I know I'm up for some bowling. Grab your caller that's representing what player you are. You guys enjoy this. Jeez, I've had no one beat me in this. 310? Oh yeah, you do get an achievement, but as well a calling card for this, a Dark Ops calling card. If you get a mutant injection, we can unlock at least the 3rd part for the jet gun. Let me know if you got mutant injection. You got mutant injection by chance?
Nope.
Hey, I just helped you unlock a Dark Ops.
Once they find out who you are, you die.
Yeah, like a fucking awful.
Oh, this is the SMG. I have the Squid Game version, but this sucks compared to this.
Max armor.
Someone got the valve already? Darn it, we need the valve. I'm gonna work on the valve step. I still need Dennis's Griffin's key before they unlock another part. I should open a vault too, so for loot keys. I'm gonna do the vault step too. So first we need to buy this. Open number 32 in the middle.
Nice enough guy.
Middle number is 32. So if my middle number is 32, what is my first number? 35, 35, 32. Thirty-five, 32, 13. 35, 32, 13. 35, 32, 13. Okay, so 35.
The driver does have some ID, a bank card and a fixed penalty notice for using his phone.
32, 13. Vault's open. How's Dennis Griffin's key going?
That's gonna attract some attention. Keep the hostiles clear. We need to build pressure behind that valve.
I'm falling down here. Guard me, guard me, guard me, guard me, guard me. Right crank.
Not bad, man. I'm trying to hold him down.
Okay. I'm going straight back to cranking it. If you get a loot key, I'll show you where to use it. We can get all 3 ray guns if we're lucky. Wait, did we get Dennis Griffin's key yet?
One more item crossed off the shopping list. This better be worth it.
Damn it. Oh wait, I got no Voltrade now. Where's the box at? I'm gonna try. I never hit it my runs, but we'll try it and see what I get. Imagine I straightly get the jet gun from the box. That'll be weird.
But the men don't want to stop for a chat with the cops.
I got one respin cycle, so.
Magic bubblegum. What's the worst that could happen?
My Uzi's better.
Which raises their suspicions that this is not a simple fail to stop.
Hey, does everyone want to meet me near the Dark Ether portal?
Throwing tactical.
No. Someone throw a grenade up there.
Marking target.
Yeah, throw it all the way up there onto the pillar.
Double points. Do as I say, or you die.
Ah! Get away from me.
Not today.
What?
Exfil window is opening.
Shoot the Mangler's arm off. I need his cannon. Yeah, there's some more golf gums. Mr. Mangler. I see him. Mr. Mangler. Ah, Mr. Mangler. I am one hit again.
That's gonna leave us scarred.
I got the cannon. Don't worry. And make sure to secure the cannon. But now I need the key.
We are really getting under the skin of people who are dealing drugs, people that are involved in level 2 offences, which are impacting on the community. That's what we're doing.
Hey guys, I think you dropped this.
And so the cops on the Central Motorway Police Group are hunting for trouble elsewhere. Angus and Harvey are on the outskirts of Birmingham.
Jack, that's the wiring for the jet gun.
Tear them to pieces.
Exfil Bert headed to refuel.
Juggernaut. I need to go AFK at Dennis Griffin's area. Just kill every vermin.
Max ammo.
And bam. Okay. Get ready. I need the rare ether tool from this. I'm after the rare ether tool. Rare ether.
Enemy is close.
Give me a sec. Bro. I'm taking a beating.
Hey guys, I think you dropped this. Max armor.
Sorry that you got downed.
The chassis number on the payload doesn't correspond with the car's registration plate.
I might let you live. Very nice. Hey guys, I think you dropped this. Wait a second.
I'm sorry. Where that mangler at?
Throwing tactical.
Dude, you good over there?
That must have been Dennis Riffle, church groundskeeper.
Oh, thank you.
Guy. Seems his luck didn't stick around in the end, though. Wonder what the key's for.
The only weapons allowed past this point are emotional support weapons. I have added a note to your file to say you don't suck. I had expected you to be rocking back and forth in a fetal position by now. Fascinating performance. Trial milestone, stage 3 reached.
I gotta get off of this match, because I gotta go do stuff before I'm sorry, dude. I am back.
Coming in? But, Peanut. Peanut. Coming in? Come on. All right.
What's your problem? Mark, stop. Run the house. Number one. Ah, phew.
I gotta get playing. I need to find something to do. I haven't found out what I want to do. I just grab a...
Paper on the floor for it.
Playing Call of Duty 6. That's good so far. That should be what I need. Check this.
I was being handcuffed next to my tomato vines when it happened. Karen was
self-declared supreme ruler of our HOA, actually clapped as the police clicked the cuffs around my wrist. "That'll teach you to run an illegal farming operation," she shrieked, like I was growing moonshine and moon missiles instead of kale and cucumbers. The cherry on top? She live-streamed the whole thing with the caption, "Neighborhood Agro-Criminal Farm."
Overdrive. Earn elimination medals to increase your combo score.
What someone watching this train wreck of a lifetime?
We're winning. Keep it that way.
That just turned into a statewide disaster. I've worked across every county.
You're falling behind, Crimson.
I've spent over 2 decades defending farmers' rights from petty regulations and overreaching bureaucrats. When I bought a small property in a quiet HOA suburb and decided to grow a little food for my own family, I didn't expect that the would come wearing a pink tracksuit and swinging a gun. I kept things quiet and respectful. My little backyard garden was modest.
Claim the advantage. Now hold it.
One very proud compost bin named Greg. From the moment she saw unauthorized agricultural activity. Then
the lead is ours.
$25 one day, $75 the next. I appealed. She denied it. I quoted state executive personal agricultural use. She said, and I quote, Karen wasn't just a stickler to the she was an architect. Every week she invented new infractions. Grass is green, must be artificial. Chicken By the second month, she was circling my backyard with binoculars like I was suddenly homeland security. One Thursday, I was harvesting cherry tomatoes with my niece. Karen appeared at the like a weapon. She was filming me. Documenting ongoing violations, she marked. My niece ordered her a fresh cucumber. Karen looked like it had personally insulted her. That's unlicensed my jaw almost did too. Later that day, she marched into my property gunfight, flanked by 2 men in fleshy guns who I only ever seen out partying at the mall. Shutting this down, she pointed to my planter boxes. This is an unauthorized agricultural use. I calmly informed her that trespassing and impersonating law enforcement were both crimes. She didn't flinch. Instead, she pulled out a stack of full legal documents labeled When I didn't comply, she called the police. Apparently, she told them I was cultivating banned substances, possibly hiding undocumented. I couldn't believe it. Responding officers looked down at me and saw squash and sunflowers instead of drugs and cake. Waving her phone like a conductor. Right there, those chickens are weapons free. I tried reasoning with the officers. I told them I was the agricultural commissioner, not a personal residence, and everything here was legally permitted and state certified.
Do not disturb the arrest.
They're right where we want them. Finish the job.
I was as cooperative as I could. The rookie officer actually chuckled before Karen glared him down. Where I was, standing beside my left button-down shirt, hands behind my back, while Karen live-streamed like she just brought down El Chapo. Let's do it. The neighbor watching from across the fence shouted, "He's growing tomatoes, Karen." I was driven off. At the station, everything changed. Over my credentials, desk sergeant's eyebrow
Victory.
That is of no concern to me.
Oh, my baby. My identity. And when they did, the vibe shifted like a gear shift. I was uncuffed in seconds.
I'm still getting kill cam with a shotgun. Didn't know he's that bad, he's a shotgun. And Juggernaut for me.
See, HOA rules are fine when they're fair, but when they try to override state agricultural policy, that's where I come in. I've seen HOAs bully homeowners before, usually with threats and bad paperwork. But this was new. She let personal bias and harass someone she didn't like, and now she'd done it to a state-level official. I wasn't just going to clear my name. I was going to fertilize my lawn with the shredded remains of her nonsense regulations. As I stepped out of the precinct into the sunlight, I called my office. Yeah, it's Dale. Spin up a full audit on the Green Hills HO. Water usage, zoning compliance, everything. Let's see if Karen's backyard is as regulation compliant as she thinks. My deputy laughed and said, I've been waiting for this day for years. I drove home with a smirk, already planning what new crops I'd plant just to mess with her. Maybe corn, tall enough to block her view. Maybe a beehive, legally protected, wonderfully noisy. Either way, I wasn't just going to get even. I was going to host the most epic, state-approved, HOA infuriating farm festival this neighborhood had ever seen. And Karen? She had no idea what she'd just planted. The morning after my unexpected arrest, my phone buzzed non-stop like a bee swarm. News had traveled fast. A clip of Karen screaming illegal lettuce was making the rounds on local social media pages. One guy had even edited in dramatic portrait music and labeled it Karen versus the state, Armageddon. But while the internet laughed, I was busy preparing my next move. Something Karen could never prepare for. She had poked the bear, and the bear had access to a full squad of state auditors with nothing better to do during a budget lull. I made the first call before breakfast. My assistant Lindsay picked up on the first ring. Hey Dale, I saw the clip. Was that seriously you getting arrested over cucumbers? I sighed. Yep. Can you mobilize Compliance Division? Green Hills HOA, full-scale agricultural audit, and get me a file on Karen Whitmore, President, local HOA chapter. I want to know everything. Landscape permits, pesticide records, irrigation logs, water rights, all of it. She whistled. Going nuclear, huh? She made it personal.
Getting big, boy.
Officially.
Get nice and big.
Karen was busy trying to twist the narrative. She sent out a community
perfectly healthy
subject. Why I did the right thing. It was 5 pages long and somehow managed to insult farmers, immigrants, environmentalists, and kale in one unhinged paragraph. She wrote about how urban farming creates dangerous biozones, and how she had heroically protected the neighborhood from a potential agricultural uprising. Most neighbors rolled their eyes. Some started forwarding me the email with subject lines like, Queen Compost has spoken, and our HOA needs a psychiatric auditor next. But Karen wasn't done. The same day, she called an emergency HOA board meeting. Naturally, I went. I walked in wearing my state agricultural commissioner badge clipped proudly to my jacket, and the entire room fell silent like someone had pulled the power cord. Karen tried to act composed, but her twitchy, I betrayed her. Mr. Morton, she began, with a voice sharp enough to slice zucchini. I don't know what you're doing here. I cut her off. As the state official responsible for all agriculture-related zoning and regulatory compliance, I'm here to review your HOA's practices. Starting today, a man in the corner snorted so loudly he had to fake a cough. Karen fumbled through a stack of folders and said something about having nothing to hide. Perfect. I pulled out a printed list with 5 state violations already flagged. excessive use of fertilizer within 5 feet of the community pond, unauthorized pesticide use near the dog park, and
Did you
a
forget about the
suspicious
banana
irrigation
nut
that benefited Karen's own lawn
muffins?
more than the others combined.
No.
Her eyes
I
darted
didn't
across the
see
room,
me.
seeking backup.
No, I bought them the other day.
The treasurer, a guy named Bill,
You got me one.
nodded like a bobblehead, looked like he
One of
wanted to
them's
disappear
mom.
into the floor tiles. That same afternoon, our state compliance trucks rolled in like a small fleet of agricultural
I
avengers.
said something
They
about
wore
it.
khaki uniforms.
Boots is purring real loud right now.
Took soil samples with surgical precision.
Somebody saw
One of them set up a drone to scan the HOA landscaping layout. Another found a suspicious greenhouse setup in Karen's backyard. That's when it got juicy. Hidden behind a tarp and a suspiciously high fence were rows of rare orchids, many of which were marked prohibited resale species under a state regulation passed just last year. Karen, who had just lectured the community on unauthorized
Establishing space.
essentially built a black market flower fence with binoculars while sipping lemonade like they were watching a reality TV episode unfold live. Someone posted a photo of the organization online. Parents in the garden, sponsored by hypocrisy. Meanwhile, our inspection team found even more violations. The contracts showed major discrepancies. Funds almost exclusively on Karen's property. One included a $1,300 butterfly wall that until we found it in her backyard behind a locked and labeled private
Music lethal.
As if on cue, a local reporter showed up with the camera. He asked the question. I kept it simple. We're very potential misuse of public HOA funds and illegal agricultural practices. No comment until the findings are finalized. Karen, never one to miss a spotlight, shoved her way forward and grabbed the mic. This is all political, she snapped. He's targeting me because I'm the only one brave enough to say no to backyard farming. That soundbite alone guaranteed her a place in internet meme history. Within hours, someone posted a loop video where Karen declared war on the South. Her eyes and exploding cabbages. The HOA board, now fully aware that they were sinking on a ship Karen had steered into an iceberg, began distancing themselves. Bill the treasurer emailed me privately. I didn't know she was using funds for personal gain. I thought the butterfly wall was for the community garden. I replied, there is no community garden. He didn't respond. That evening, my office got a call from the governor's agricultural task force. They'd seen the media buzz and wanted to know if I needed backup. I thanked them but said we had it handled. Still, the fact that it reached the governor's office this fast showed just how big this had become. What started as one woman's vendetta over backyard vegetables had grown into a full-scale investigation with potential legal consequences, media attention, and enough public interest to warrant popcorn. At home, I walked through my now-cleared garden and looked over the fences where Karen's prized roses drooped like they knew the party was over. My niece was back, feeding the chickens. She pointed toward Karen's house and whispered, "Is she in trouble?" I smiled. Let's just say the weeds are finally getting pulled. I spent the rest of the evening reviewing documentation for the HOA's pesticide purchase history. Turns out the chemicals they used were banned on residential land 2 years ago. Karen had personally signed off on it twice. It was more than hypocrisy. It was potential criminal negligence, and I had all the receipts. Tomorrow, we'd finalize the report and hand it off to the Attorney General's office. But tonight, I planted new seeds, literal and metaphorical. More herbs, a few sunflowers, and just for fun, I ordered a state-approved hydroponic unit for vertical strawberries, the kind that Karen once called a waste of vertical space. If she thought she was done fighting with a farmer, she hadn't yet seen what happens when the whole state joins the harvest. 3 days after the audit began, the HOA looked less like a community and more like a panicked corporate office mid-scale. Compliance trucks still lined the streets. Neighbors avoided eye contact like they were afraid of being caught next. And Karen? Karen had practically vanished. Her once daily patrols with a whistle and clipboard were replaced with drawn blinds and the occasional glimpse of her scowling through the curtains. But her silence didn't fool anyone. Karen was plotting. I could feel it in my compost-loving bones. And sure enough, her next move was just as unhinged as the rest. She tried to host an emergency HOA vote to get me expelled from the neighborhood. The notice arrived on fluorescent green paper with bold capital letters that screamed, "Mandatory Emergency Residence Meeting, HOA Crisis." She called it a security session, which sounded more like a military tribunal than a housing meeting. The flyer blamed me for escalating media hysteria, state harassment, and weaponized vegetables. She didn't even try to tone it down. Her list of grievances included emotional damage caused by vine crops and hostile poultry behavior. One bullet point read, "Rogue chicken allegedly chased a toddler," to which my niece replied, "The chicken was wearing a tutu and offering snacks." The meeting was held in the community clubhouse, a beige box of a building that usually hosted watercolor classes and awkward birthday parties. I arrived 10 minutes early wearing my usual jacket with the state seal pin proudly displayed. Karen strutted and laughed like a game show host who didn't realize her audience had already changed the channel. Her hair was styled stiff enough to deflect arrows, and she wore a sash that read HOA President, which I was pretty sure she made herself. She began the meeting with an aggressive monologue.
I'll jump back into a war zone.
Pacing like she was giving a TED talk to confused retirees. This man
Jesus Christ. Jeez.
No dumb Chinese.
Strawberries are not above the law. I tried very hard not to laugh, but someone in the back let out a full snort. Then came the vote. She passed out little slips of paper labeled yes and a no with a question printed at the top.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
From Green Hills for gross misconduct. I raised my hand. Just to clarify, gross misconduct means throwing food on my own property. She was too busy squinting at the slips like she was counting lottery numbers. When the votes were tallied, the result was so lopsided it was almost cruel. Out of 32 homeowners present, 29 voted no, 2 abstained, and 1 yes had
Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Her face turned the color of sunburned radishes. She started shouting about how the vote was rigged, how my badge was fake, how the chickens were part of an agricultural intimidation scheme. Someone whispered, "They're just chickens," which only made her louder. Then, as if the gods of irony themselves were scripting the moment, the clubhouse doors opened. There were walking local farmers carrying baskets and produce. Behind them was a state senator who had seen the media circus and decided to show support. One of the farmers stepped forward.
Who say the hills are fine?
Pulled me aside and whispered, "This is the most entertaining district visit I've had all year." Outside the clubhouse, a spontaneous community gathering began. Families brought lawn chairs, the farmers grilled corn on portable stoves, and someone set up a face painting station near the mailbox cluster. My niece got a chicken painted on her cheek, which she claimed gave her clustering smells. But the moment that truly marked the turning point was when an elderly woman named Mrs. Aldridge approached me with tears in her eyes. "I've lived here for 35 years, she said, and I haven't seen people laugh together like this in decades. Thank you, Commissioner." I told her the real credit went to the vegetables, and she gave me a hug that smelled like violets and nostalgia. Karen, however, wasn't done. The next morning, I woke up to find my front gate open and the chicken coop ajar.
Hello?
3 of my hens had wandered off, and one had made it half.
Hey dude, I got cash, you want it?
Before being scooped up by a kind neighbor. I checked the security footage, and sure enough, there she was, Karen, creeping across my yard at dawn like a villain in a low-budget soap opera. She fumbled with the coop door, tripped over the compost bin, and ran off with my motion lights activated. I sent the footage to the local police and filed a formal trespassing report. It was just another log on an ever-growing legal bonfire she'd built for herself. Later that afternoon, Karen tried to do damage control by knocking on doors with homemade pamphlets labeled, "Save Our Streets from State Control." Most people just closed the door, but one kid told her, "Mr. Morton gave me a zucchini the size of my dog." That seemed to break her. She screamed,
Bro, how?
and walked straight into a hedge. Meanwhile, the audit reports were coming in. Violations were stacked so high that Lindsay called me laughing. We could build a shed out of these, she said. There were irrigation irregularities, falsified water usage logs, and several undocumented financial transfers to beautification vendors, who turned out to be Karen's cousin and her ex-husband posing as landscapers. One invoice had an itemized charge for emergency tulip replacement at $300. I was no floral expert, but even the rarest tulips don't cost $100 a bulb. By the end of the week, our state agency submitted a formal request to the Attorney General's office for further investigation into the HOA's financial mismanagement. Karen received a notice to appear in court for both civil and possible criminal charges. She was also suspended from her HOA leadership role pending inquiry.
Hello.
The throne of garden mulch was collapsing fast. That night, I stood in my garden under the porch light and watched my niece feed the chickens. Ruth, the feistiest hen, had returned triumphantly, now perched atop the compost bin like a queen surveying her kingdom.
Bro! Every time! Hate Warzone.
I hit us hard that time. Knock yourself off, regroup, and get back out there.
I hate this stupid game of Warzone.
And a community that had remembered how to come together. And the best part, I still hadn't even brought out the scarecrow. That surprise was coming soon. Court day arrived with the kind of overcast sky that made everything feel dramatic, like nature itself.
Don't want to go spectating, I want to go play again because I need the XP.
Wearing a hot pink blazer, oversized sunglasses, and a stiff smile that looked more like a grimace stretched too tight. Behind her trailed a pair of disheveled legal aides, fresh from Craigslist if I had to guess, lugging a milk crate full of mismatched folders. Her team looked like they had been prepped in a rush, like she'd promised free sandwiches in exchange for showing up. A small crowd had gathered near the entrance. Neighbors, reporters, a couple local YouTubers, and even Ruth the Chicken's Instagram fan club, who held up signs that said things like "Cluck the System" and "Hens Against HOA Tyranny." It was surreal, hilarious, and exactly the kind of circus Karen had created by trying to arrest someone over kale. Inside, the courtroom buzzed with anticipation. I sat quietly at the front with my attorney, a calm and legal woman named Darla, who specialized in agricultural and municipal law. She had the pleasant demeanor of a schoolteacher and the court-crushing experience of a wrecking ball. Karen sat across from us, tapping her pen like she was trying to summon a genie. Her lawyer, a man who looked like he'd been pulled out of retirement for one last doom job, fumbled with a coffee-stained notepad. The judge entered, a tall, no-nonsense woman named Justice Harrow, who peered over her glasses with the kind of expression that could make a chainsaw rethink its life choices. Things went downhill for Karen almost immediately. Her lawyer began by trying to paint me as a rogue operator who provoked community unrest with disruptive agricultural behavior. Darla didn't even blink. She stood and laid down our entire counterfile. Records of my legal exemption as a homeowner, my position as the state agricultural commissioner, every HOA violation Karen had committed, and a digital slideshow of evidence, including the trespassing footage, illegal pesticide use, falsified financial documents, and that fateful live stream where she cheered as I was handcuffed for picking vegetables. Karen interrupted halfway through, shouting that the video was taken out of context. The judge raised an eyebrow and said dryly, "The context seems to be you yelling at lettuce." Snickers echoed through the courtroom. Karen's lawyer shrank 2 inches in his seat. Then came the witness testimonies. Bill the treasurer, looking sheepish and more like a man who just discovered he'd been driving with a flat tire for months, admitted that Karen had pressured him to approve purchases that were maybe not entirely community-based. He mentioned her orchid side hustle and the mysterious beautification expenses that somehow always led to her backyard. Then came Mrs. Aldrich, who told the court how Karen had banned wheelchair access to the community gazebo because the rubber wheels would wear out the bricks. Gasps filled the room. Karen muttered something about protecting historical pavement, but the damage was done. Next up, a state auditor presented the results of our investigation. He detailed how Karen had rerouted irrigation to serve only her lot, how she'd hired relatives to perform overpriced services, and how several invoices contained suspicious rounding, like charging $349.99 for emergency soil replenishment or $999 for seasonal lighting optimization. The final nail came in the form of an email we'd recovered. Karen had accidentally CC'd the wrong contact on a message that said, "Don't worry, the commissioner doesn't live here. He's just another veggie freak I'll scare off." The courtroom went still. The judge slowly removed her glasses. "You wrote this?" she asked. Karen tried to claim it was AI generated. The judge didn't even dignify that with a reply. The ruling came fast and firm. The court found Karen guilty of abuse of power, misuse of HOA funds, unlawful trespass, harassment, and intentional defamation. Her fines totaled into the tens of thousands, and she was barred from holding any position of authority in any housing association statewide for the next 15 years. She was also required to pay restitution to every resident charged an illegitimate fee and to remove all unpermitted structures from her yard, including the infamous butterfly wall and her custom-built gazebo, which, as it turns out, sat 2 inches into the neighbor's lot. Karen's face was frozen in a mask of disbelief. She tried to speak.
Oh my god.
She's doing the boss.
Silently telling her that it was over. The bailiff handed her a packet detailing the immediate actions required to comply with the court's decision. One of the YouTubers outside live-streamed her walk of shame down the courthouse step. She shoved a camera, shouted something about global conspiracies, and then tripped over a crack in the pavement. A sporting event. That evening, the community threw an impromptu gathering in the... No one called it a celebration outright, but let's just say there was...
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. No! God damn it.
Not apart. Residents mingled freely for the
Hi.
first time in months, trading gardening tips,
You can join an echo.
and shared sighs of relief. Kids played tag, while parents talked about creating a new HOA leadership structure, one built on transparency and community input. As the sun dipped below the trees, I was approached by a young couple who had almost...
I'm going to war.
They thanked me and
Because,
said their daughter now wanted to become a garden detective. Another neighbor handed me a bottle of homemade hot sauce labeled Commissioner's Justice.
Let's see what we got.
Later, I returned home and stood at the edge of my garden, breathing in the scent of tomato vines and freshly turned seed.
Oh, okay. Understandable. 9mm, let's see how good we can use.
I glanced toward Karen. Her blinds were still open, and her yard looked like it had aged 10 years. No one would be knocking on her door with zucchini bread anytime soon. I turned on the garden lights and smiled at the warm glow.
Annoyed of Warzone, basically. I need the XP, so I gotta play it.
Wooden and hand-painted by the neighborhood kids. It read, Commissioner School, where good things grow. Above it, perched proudly like she owned the world, was Ruth the chicken, watching, guarding, waiting for the next petty tyrant to try their luck. The final week of care
You little.
like the last sputter of an engine that had been choking on its own fumes.
Got that thermite.
The once pristine yard, once the HOA's glowing example of suburban perfection, had become a monument to overreach and poetic justice. The forced removals began one by one. The illegal gazebo was dismantled by court order. Her koi pond was drained after being declared an unpermitted water feature, and the infamous butterfly wall was carted away in pieces, prompting a few kids to wave goodbye like it was a parade float. Karen remained largely
I know someone's here, so.
retreating into her house with the blinds pulled tighter than a sealed vault, occasionally emerging only to scream at city workers removing her unauthorized topiary hedges. No one intervened. By now, even her former allies had jumped ship. Meanwhile, our neighborhood had transformed into something Karen never could have imagined, a community. Without her constant interference, residents started showing up for one another. Fences got mended together. Lawns once the source of passive-aggressive wars over blade length were now places where kids played tag. One woman even turned her driveway into a pop-up flower stand. It was like the neighborhood had exhaled for the first time in years, and all the air came back fresh. I spent those days working harder than ever on my little farm, but now with company. Volunteers from town, agriculture students, and even a few curious neighbors pitched in. They helped paint new signs, lay stone paths, and build shaded seating areas. One local farmer donated great things. Another dropped off a goat named Waffles, who became an instant neighborhood celebrity. A man from 3 Streets offered to build a small greenhouse using repurposed wood from Karen's dismantled garden pergola. Nothing was wasted, just transformed. That week, we began preparing for the first ever Green Hills Harvest Festival. It wasn't something I had planned originally, but the idea grew naturally from a shared desire to mark the end of an era and plant something better in its place. There would be fresh produce stands, homemade goods, live folk music, and even a pie-eating contest. The entire event would be hosted on my land, officially endorsed by the State Agriculture Office as a model of urban food sustainability. The governor even sent over a banner to hang at the entrance that read, "From conflict to community, celebrating growth the right way." Word spread fast. Local news stations confirmed attendance. Bloggers and influencers showed interest. Vendors from nearby towns asked for space to set up booths. It became clear this was no small backyard celebration. It was a regional event now, and it all grew from one woman's desperate need for control clashing with something far more powerful than rules: purpose. On the morning of the festival, the sun rose without a cloud in the sky. Music was already playing softly as booths popped up along the pathway. Chickens wandered freely, children painted pumpkins, and the air smelled of fresh herbs and apple cider. At noon, I stood up to speak. Just a few words to thank everyone for their support and to recognize the amazing transformation that had taken place. But just as I stepped onto the small hay bale stage, a familiar shrill voice rang out from the entrance. "You can't keep me out of my own community." It was Karen. She had tried to disguise herself, but the oversized hat and sunglasses only made her stand out more.
I know you're nearby.
She shoved through the crowd like a shopping cart with one jammed wheel, holding what appeared to be a clipboard in one hand and a half-empty
Enemy
water
UAV
bottle.
is online.
Ruth the chicken, ever the enforcer, immediately sprang into action, clucking wildly and charging toward her like she'd been waiting for this moment. Karen shrieked and backpedaled
I'm in the middle
straight
of
into a wheelbarrow full of sweet potatoes. The crowd went silent for a moment, unsure if they should gasp or laugh. And then someone yelled, "That's our HOA mascot now," and everyone burst into applause. She tried to make a scene, claiming the event was illegal, unpermitted, and full of agricultural extremists. But no one listened. A deputy assigned to monitor the festival approached her and calmly informed her that she was in violation of her court order by attempting to disrupt a state-approved event. Karen, realizing she had no allies left, no power, and certainly no authority, slunk off toward the street, muttering about writing letters to someone who probably didn't exist. The rest of the day was perfect. Families shared meals.
Hello?
Kids ran
Someone around here.
live folk bands played acoustic covers of songs that made everyone sway like a field of wheat. Someone even dressed up waffles to bake in the background. There were speeches, yes, but mostly there was laughter, the kind that sounds like healing. The community had gone through a rough season, but it was blooming now, wild and proud. Just before sunset, I received a letter from the governor's office. It was hand-delivered and read simply, "Thank you for showing us what leadership rooted in service looks like. Let this harvest be the first of many." Attached was a certificate establishing Green Hills as a pilot site for a statewide sustainable urban farming initiative. It came with funding, educational resources, and a permanent exemption from all non-state farming restrictions. In other words, Karen could try all she wanted. She would never be able to stop us. As twilight rolled in, I walked back toward the garden and saw my nieces behind the great trellis, cradling a basket of apples. Ruth the chicken nestled beside her like a sentinel, eyes barely open but always watching. I picked up the watering can.
Welcome in.
Carried one last drink and looked around. The neighborhood, once
Someone here.
by rules and petty control, now thrived with connection. It had taken a lot, humiliation, conflict, paperwork, but we had finally built something worth defending. Near the entrance, I installed a final sign made of old barn wood and hand-painted letters. It read, "Commissioner's Coop, where community grows." Below it, someone had added a smaller sign, drawing of Karen being chased by a some things
How?
left as reminders.
God. Hey. How can you shoot me through my own smoke?
It was proof that when people stand up, plant their roots, and refuse to be bullied, especially by those hiding behind rules they don't even follow, something incredible can grow. And in our case, it wasn't just vegetables. It was everything Karen never understood. Respect, community, and the kind of peace that no clipboard can ever control.
I'm not going to. You're not killing me. I just really need this right now. Yeah. Can you get past a match?
Are you done with your match? Will you get that stick boy out here for me real quick? I can hear this up. Oh, I need a damn hose.
Oh my god, I hate fucking Warzone.
Just about anything.
Huh? I know.